He's a demon on wheels.
Hello, silver fans. This is T, and you're in the place to be for silver education, acquisition, and entertainment. Here is my latest project. I'm going to show you how I made this step by step. But first, we've got to open this little guy out. Some of you may have been fans of the show Speed Racer back in the day. And here we are. We're going to make this into his famous Mach 5. From time to time, people ask me, hey, T, what do you use? Where do you get your stuff? Most of it comes from Amazon, to be honest with you. And I'll put links in the video description to the sand, the medium for the tumbler, the stamps, you name it. I'll put all that stuff in the video description in case you'd like to get started on your own silver pour journey. All right, let's start by getting some sand into the flask, and I have the flask laying on its side. It's a little different than I've used it in the past, but I'm trying to expand my horizons, trying something new today that I've never tried before. And you always want to try to use some fluffy stuff. I push it through this little sifter here. It's like a little mesh screen to get fluffy sand there for the imprint. And the whole idea is to put an imprint of what you're making into one side of the sand, then the other side of the sand. And of course, I've commandeered Mrs. T's rolling pin a long time ago. She's never asked for that back. But there we go, kind of patting it down and getting it ready for the imprint in just a moment. And one more roll with the rolling pin and we'll just about be there. And you know, you don't want it packed too tight, but then this part just happens to be just kind of satisfying. I don't know what it is, but it's just real satisfying. There it is. And you don't want to pack down too crazy. Get this thing open. Anyway, you don't want to get it down, packed down too tight, or else what you're trying to imprint in it won't go. So it's kind of a tough one. It can't be too loose, can't be too tight, hard like a rock. But either way, you've got to have some baby powder there to go between, in this case, the sand and the car. And brush it off, nice thin little layer there. And I've kind of learned these little tricks along the way by watching other guys on YouTube. And you also have to powder up what you're going to make the imprint of. And this happens to be a little Hot Wheels car. And we'll get it all slathered on there pretty good. And then get ready for the imprint. And there it is. I've kind of decided, it took me a minute to decide which side was going to go which way. In this case, I'm going wheel side down. And as you can see there, the wheels are sunken in. They went in pretty good, actually. I was pleased with the way that happened. And then we're going to put some more powder because we're only halfway done at this point. We have to put another flask, the other half of that flask, on the top of this, and then put some more sand on top of that, and then squish it all down and hope that there's a really good imprint on the top and the bottom. And here we go. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. There's the second half of the flask. And then we're going to sprinkle some sand on top of that. And we're going to try to, again, use that fluffy sand that falls through the sifter there on top. And pack that baby all down. And by the way, I certainly appreciate you being here to watch this video and see the whole process unfold, how I am going to make this artistic creation. And, it's a nice Sunday morning, having a nice time, and we'll see how it comes out. A last little roll here, and then it'll be the moment of truth in just a moment. If you've gotten to this point in the video and you're not yet a subscriber, be sure to subscribe and like, hit that little thumbs up icon if you want to show your appreciation for this video. And like I said, I appreciate you being here. Now, let's see here. Give it a little tappy tap, and then we're going to separate it. Now, each step of the way here, it is, kind of like a hold your breath moment. I hope this worked out okay. And Here we go. And got to be careful. Okay. It looks like both sides worked out okay as I kind of peer downward and see what it looks like. So far, so good. And give this one a little tappy tap as well. And get that car out of there. As you can see up top, the bottom of the car. Now, okay, first eyes on the top to see what that looks like. Now, each one of these steps is important, and the details are important as well. When that pour, that molten silver goes into that little crevice made by the sand, it's got to have a spot for gas to release. And again, I basically learned all this stuff by watching other people do pour videos and seeing their techniques. And there you go. I'm going to go fire up the furnace and throw those buffaloes in. And now I'm back again, and I'm adding some more little, little trails so the gas can escape by making not only lines from the little space that's created by the mold, but then also going all the way through with this screwdriver so the gas can truly escape. Hopefully, all this little detail work will pay off in the end. And you know what? I've commandeered my wife's rolling pin and now my daughter's straw from her Stanley cup. And I'm going to, here's my big idea. I'm going to pierce this with that straw, and I'm going to pour it from the side, not from the top, referring to the flask. I'm going to, there it is. Hopefully that worked. And you know what? There you could see, taking out some sand, and then that's part of it. And without destroying everything I just worked towards up to this point, there you go. That is the little hole that I'm going to pour the silver through. And you know what? It's going to take a little bit more work. And as you could see, pouring silver, doing sand pours is not only a time-consuming process, although it's very satisfying. There's a lot of steps involved, a lot of details to work on. I'm going to make that hole just a little bit bigger to basically make a funnel for the silver to pour down through. Next, it's time to reconnect those flasks and turn it right over. And man, you have to, every one of these little details kind of get your heart racing a little bit, because one slip up, one sneeze, one drop, and everything you've worked towards up to that point basically goes out the window. Let's take a close look and see what that, all right, that's my target. I'm trying to get that hot molten 2000 degree silver right down that hole right there. All right. Hey, special shout out to 2 Auto, the makers of the furnace that I use, and they help me out with products here and there. Here comes the pour in slow motion. Here we go. Oh, yeah. And there you can see the silver pouring through, and not to pat myself on the back too much, but it looked like it worked out just fine. And again, a nerve-wracking moment, because had I hit the top of that funnel or the wrong way and the silver not gone down, then we would have had trouble. And let's see what we got here. A little smoky. And we're going to quench what we've got up to this point. And I still, at this point, don't know exactly what it looks like, but we'll see shortly after we dunk it in a little ice bath to cool it down. And many of you probably already know silver is one of the most, actually the most conductive metal on the planet, and it'll cool down instantly. Here we go. Here's the quench. Love that sound. And let's see what we got. Oh boy, another moment of truth type of moment. And oh boy, I'll tell you what, pleasantly surprised. So far, so good, looking good. And all right, back in the shop downstairs, and taking a closer look. I'm very, very satisfied at this point, but I'm noticing there are little items that need to be addressed. A little file here, a little this, a little that, a little touch up, and we'll see. There we go, and all the way around. You know what? It's not going to be an exact replica. There's other forms of silver art where there's like lost wax casting and things like that where you can get an identical copy. This method, I'm sanding here right now, by the way, this method that I'm using is ancient, used for thousands of years, and yeah, you're not going to get an exact perfect model, but something that kind of represents the spirit of that car, the Mach 5, and we're not done yet. I've got a long way to go, and so on to the next step. Okay, we've got to toss the Mach 5 into the tumbler canister there, and it'll go on a rock tumbler and get shined up, and there we go. And over time, I usually go about a half hour, 45 minutes. That'll take off some of the imperfections, shine it up nice and smooth, and do a lot to make the luster really pop, which is something we'll address in just a moment. First, let me take this out of here and see what it looks like at this point. There's chemicals in there I really don't want to touch with my hands. And then it's time for a little touch-up with the old Dremel tool, getting a couple little spots knocked out that I want to address, and then take a look. Here's the nice, shiny version. This is the last time you're going to see it shiny like this, because somewhere along the way I've decided that I am going to use this liver of sulfur and tone it up. And so, I don't know, as you're an artist, you don't quite know which way you're going to go, and you just kind of go with your gut feeling. And this one, I just felt like toning it just to see what it would look like. This is a prototype. I have no idea if I'm ever going to make another one of these in the rest of my life. We'll see how good it comes out, and if people like it and somebody wants to buy one. But here we go. Look at this. And a close-up, you could see how fast the color changes as it gets that tone. And like I was saying, if anybody wants to buy one, I might sell it on my Whatnot auction. I don't know. I might also, and now for a little steel wool action, if you're interested in one, just put it this way. Email me at tthesilverstacker@gmail.com. And, I'm not quite sure how many of these I'm going to make. Basically, this took me a whole Sunday morning. I'm not complaining. I'm enjoying myself on a nice, quiet Sunday. And but I don't know. Maybe if you want one, let me know, and we'll go from there. And I'm going to polish this guy up, try to shine it up a little bit. The toning kind of makes some of the details pop more than if I would have just left it bright, shiny silver. Let me put that away and get done with that. And then another one of these little detail steps. I'm going to give it a baking soda bath to stop the chemical reaction and basically lock in that tone so that it doesn't continue to tone over time. The baking soda creates a chemical reaction that prevents that. And let's weigh it. Okay, I really wasn't quite sure what it was going to weigh, and I kept basically the sprue, the bottom part where I poured through, and that's why it weighs over 6 ounces. And then it's time for a little stampy stamp, and more stamps. I started with my T logo stamp, and then we'll put the weight and 6.2 OZT 999 fine silver. And here you go. After all that, here is the finished product. And I hope you like it. I really appreciate you guys watching up to this point in my video and seeing the whole process. Maybe it inspires somebody to do a little silver pour themselves. Like I said, there's information on the equipment I use. It's not perfect. It kind of reminds me of like the ghost of the Mach 5, the silver ghost. And that's what a prototype's all about. I've already learned throughout the entire process a couple little things I would change for the next time to improve it. But for now, I want to say thank you so much. I have other videos queued up ready for you to see.